What do you mean you're going to prison? I thought we were going to make a video together.
Gotta right my wrongs. Be an example to the other vigilantes.
Yeah, whatever. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't know. Maybe do another legacy character video?
So then he said maybe do another legacy character video, like I wouldn't do one.
I mean, yeah, he kind of just walked right into that one.
You know, I've talked about a lot of comic book characters on the channel. I've talked about the Bat family, legacy characters, Spider-Man, good guys, bad guys, and so on. Because it turns out talking about comic book characters is really fun, highly recommend. But looking back on it, I have yet to even mention who my favorite character actually is. Yeah, I've said, oh, this character is one of my absolute favorites, about many characters, but I have yet to even address who my favorite character is, nor have I even made a video about them. And the reason for that is, I just haven't thought about it. Yeah, there was just no specific reason, I just didn't. Oh yeah, and that character is Daredevil, by the way.
So, you really didn't even think to mention me at all?
Aren't you supposed to be in prison?
He got lost on the way out of here.
I've wanted to do a Daredevil video for a while now, but if I'm honest, I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to discuss regarding him. Yeah, I know how lame that sounds, I don't want to hear it. But then it clicked. What if instead of talking about Daredevil being Matt Murdock, I instead talk about his legacy?
Wait, how are we supposed to make a video together if you didn't even know what to talk about?
Look, if you followed me for some time, you know that I dig legacy characters. I talk about them a lot, not only on this channel, but my Twitter and just probably everywhere else you can find me. And I plan to continue doing so with not only this video, but future ones as well. So if you like legacy characters too, you should totally subscribe. Now, there have been multiple characters that have taken up the mantle of Daredevil, such as Iron Fist and Black Panther. But for today, I actually wanted to talk about the most recent character to take up the mantle, being me. Look at me go! Okay, but seriously, the character I'm talking about today is Elektra and how she became the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. The reason I wanted to discuss her today is because her becoming Daredevil is still a very new thing. And since I love Daredevil, legacy characters, and the current run on Daredevil being written by Chip Zdarsky, I thought, hey, why not, right? Plus, I got this new mask. Look at me go! So in order to know how and why Elektra became Daredevil, we have to go back to the very beginning of Chip Zdarsky's run on the series, so consider this your spoiler warning for the run.
Isn't the concept of this video basically a spoiler already?
I don't know. Just roll with it.
So in the very beginning of the series, it's shown that Matt isn't exactly in his prime. When he goes to stop a robbery, he is almost overwhelmed by 3 robbers beating him up and just barely escapes. If this already wasn't rough on Matt, he actually ended up accidentally killing one of the robbers, Leo Carraro. Oh boy. You messed up. Matt refuses to think he actually killed Leo because he's already questioning himself as a hero anyways, and everything goes pretty downhill from there. He's hunted by Mayor Fisk. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Gets into a fist fight with Detective Cole North and even gets praise from the Punisher, who firmly believes that Matt killed the man intentionally. Then, when he is at his lowest point, he gets a visit from Spider-Man, who has noticed Daredevil's downward spiral and tells him that he is done. Damn, dude. Sounds rough. So anyways, that's what happens in just the first arc of this incredible run on Daredevil, but now we're gonna fast forward to what leads up to Elektra becoming Daredevil, since what happened in that first issue is what causes the domino effect of Elektra taking up the mantle. So currently, Matt has accepted the fact that he had killed someone and he wants to face justice. The only problem is that he can't exactly go to prison because when isn't Hell's Kitchen in trouble or something? The crime family, the Stromwinds, are currently planning on buying property in Hell's Kitchen and are basically gonna let it get destroyed, and you think Matt is just gonna go to prison while this is going on? So he decides to hit up his local billionaire Tony Stark, because we all have one of those just lying around, and ask him if he could outbid the Stromwinds and buy the property in Hell's Kitchen so that they couldn't. Tony Stark agreed, but of course nothing goes right because haha, why would it? It turns out that someone outbid Tony and got the property in Hell's Kitchen. This isn't good news for Matt at all, because that means he can't let himself go to prison and has to defend himself in court so that he can still fight to protect Hell's Kitchen. So Matt ends up going to court to defend himself for the death of Leo Carraro, but right as things are kicking off, he hears a whisper. A whisper so quiet that only he can hear it due to his enhanced senses. The voice that he hears is coming from none other than Elektra, and she tells Matt that she was the one that bought Hell's Kitchen and not the Stromwinds like Matt had previously thought, since she had previously stolen money from them. Now feeling that Hell's Kitchen is in safer hands due to it being out of the hands of the Stromwinds, Matt pleads guilty to second-degree manslaughter. Okay, so now we're finally about to get to Elektra becoming Daredevil. So now Matt is in prison, but not as Matt Murdock, but as Daredevil, and he is visited by the woman who bought Hell's Kitchen herself, Elektra. After Matt and her discuss why he let himself serve in prison, as he's doing it to serve as an example to other vigilantes, she brings up the return of the Hand. Earlier in the issue, being issue 25, it's revealed that Elektra and Stick found a book that essentially shows how to defeat the Hand, who is an ancient group of ninjas if you didn't know. But Matt rejects her offer to help fight the Hand. He doesn't doesn't trust her at all and tells Elektra that she is still a murderer and that if she wants to redeem herself in his eyes, she's gonna have to work in the light. While she thinks of Matt as foolish, she still goes to prove herself to him. He believes that the kitchen needs Daredevil, so she then goes out to fight crime officially as the brand new Daredevil. Okay, I just have to bring up how freaking awesome her new costume is. It's a mix of traditional Daredevil with Elektra's own twist on it, and it's legitimately one of my favorite comic book suits to date. I absolutely love the little details, such as her weapons being made non-lethal to show that she isn't going to be killing anyone. It has been about 6 issues since she became Daredevil, and I hope that Elektra stays as Daredevil for a long time, and I have a feeling that Chip Zdarsky has just tipped the iceberg for Elektra, or shall I say, Daredevil.
Fine, we can both be Daredevil.
Before I wrap up the video, I just want to give a huge thanks to both Dallas and Lexi from the Comics Collective podcast for providing their voices for the video. If you're a fan of comics, you need to check out their podcast. I listen on a weekly basis, whether I'm writing for videos or just relaxing. Their podcast has also helped me with reading material. For example, I recently wanted to get back into the X-Men comics, and their episode where they took a deep dive into House of X Powers of 10 was a great starting point for me. Their socials will be linked below, so please go check them out, or I'll eat your bamboo. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed, support your local comic book shops, and have a wonderful day.